Hello guys, how are you doing? The new Forza Motorsport is finally here. It took me quite a while to find the right settings, but after getting a new CPU and finally finding the right settings for my wheel, we are ready to jump in some multiplayer races. Today we'll be driving the Volkswagen Golf GTI, and it's definitely not the stock version of the car. It has some great power and handling. So, let's jump in the first race. Forza Motorsport has lots of online new features. One of those features are the qualifying laps. As you see on the top right corner, we have 3 minutes until the race starts. Until that time you can practice the map or go for your qualifying laps. The qualifying laps will determine the starting position of your race. As you can see, we are currently on the 3rd on the grid. The footage you see was my best qualifying lap. Let's see if we can go further up the grid. Luckily everyone is a ghost in qualifier. I'm still a little bit struggling with the braking point. We jumped quite late into the practice session, so we have to get used to the car quickly before the time runs out. The last corner is quite scary in cockpit view. You really have to make a blind turn here. And that was our best qualifying lap. We are still 3rd on the grid, quite a good position to start the race.
1 to go.
And now we go into the actual race. As you can see, almost everyone picked the Golf because that's simply the best car for this race. Before a race, always check your tire and fuel settings. Your race is 5 laps, so I mostly do like 6 or 7 laps of fuel to have a little bit of wiggle room. And we're off to quite a good start. Trying to go around the outside of him. We braked a little early here. I just needed a little bit more room to close the door. It was to be expected, he had a better racing line. Really try to get the car to turn in at the maximum downforce. I always find it a little bit scary to be so close to someone. You really have to rely on the person in front of you to take the right racing line. We're still behind the same guy at lap 2. I don't want the same thing to happen to me in this corner as the first round. so let's brake a little bit later to stay in front. Still had some room to brake a little bit later, so let's try that in the next lap. And now we have a different guy behind us at lap 3. I really had to defend the inside line here. Mistake on my part. Sadly couldn't pull off the outside move here. Now we're basically just waiting for him to make a mistake. And then he goes a little bit wide, try to very gently go on the inside. A little bit of contact, but it's not too bad. We just managed to get in front of him. I'm not sure why he was there at that time. I was clearly already in front, kept pushing to push me off the track. Was it my fault? Be sure to let me know in the comments. But at the last lap, look who it is. As you can see, our tires were almost finished, but we had to sand it one more time. I really wanted to win from this guy after what happened. And then he takes a really bad line here and he crashes. So in the end we managed to keep our third place. Let's head into the next race. The next race is going to be in the rain. This was my first time driving in heavy rain. Let's see how the car handles. I didn't really get a good qualifying lap. And this for one single reason. The car was sliding all over the place. And the reason was I didn't switch my tires. Yes, it can be that simple. You have the wrong tires and your whole qualifying session is ruined. After we switched to wet tires, the impact was instantly noticeable. Now we had just half a lap left to get comfortable in the rain. I think Forza did a great job with this. You slide more, you have to be a little bit more careful, so this race could be interesting. So the best lap on the medium tires, we still managed to get in 9th place. I hope we can get used to the rain quickly and be competitive. Let's find out. I think it's just as simple as being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I couldn't really go anywhere, so the only thing I can do is accept it and move on. Luckily, I'm not last. Took me half a lap to find some other racers. This left guy suddenly brakes very early, that gives me the room to surpass him and get back on the ideal racing line. Just a little bit of contact, but I'm still going for the move. Definitely not my cleanest one, but we'll take it. The rain really makes the cars a lot more unpredictable and it's harder to overtake. As we skip a little bit further in the race, we get behind this pack of cars. I first wasn't sure why this guy was braking, and we just managed to get past the accident. It's one of the disadvantages of cockpit view. You can't really see what's happening all the time. Now we're back on the main straight, ready to make another move again. Sadly, the guy behind me was thinking the exact same thing, but missed his braking point. And then he planted his car right in front of me to make it even worse. He did get a 2-second penalty though the new penalty system seems to be working well. This circuit is really narrow, and that combined with the rain makes it almost impossible to overtake. And we're back on the main straight. I'm quite happy with the position I'm in now, especially since I'm behind the guy that missed his braking point. And of course he still hasn't learned and still misses his braking point. It's really hard to find grip in the rain. You really have to work the car. Beautiful move on the outside. I just saw a little space and went for it. And we're back on the main straight, so let's try to go for another overtake.
Three more.
And we just managed to get ahead of him. We've skipped a little bit further in the race and I almost lost the car. And now we're on the last corner of the race. I don't really know what happened here, but we managed to get from 5th place to 3rd place in a couple of seconds. One guy in front of me got a penalty and one guy crashed right before the start. And these were the 2 races for today. Driving in the rain was especially really fun. I really want to get better at online racing, so if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.